Hi YouTube, my name is Chris and welcome to my channel. This is a new video series I'll be doing called Necessary Viewing, which is like my way of talking about stuff that's happened on TV where I don't have to like literally make a new video for every show because I watch a lot of TV. So mayhap you've seen some of my other reviews where I like talk about The Bachelorette or Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or Real Housewives of New Jersey. There's just so much good TV on right now, and by good TV I mean like hate watching TV that's fun and also good TV. So I wanted to talk to you about 3 things that's happening on TV right now that's super good. So the first thing that we're like almost done with the season, but honey, there's like so many different like versions and you should get into like one of them, and then once you get into one of them you'll fall into all of them, which is 90 Day Fiancé. So right now we're in the current season of 90 Day Happily Ever After, which is weird because some of them aren't married, like Nicole and Azon, but we're very happy they're part of the cast. So the concept of the show, if you have never seen it, it's on TLC, please watch it, is that one American meets someone from a foreign land somehow, usually the internet, or they went to that foreign land like for vacation and met a person, right? And then they fall in love, which is definitely usually lust, but generally speaking, there are some couples that are in for it, and there are just some couples that are like, absolutely not will that ever work, but like there's not enough loved ones in the American's life to like tell them so, or the foreigner's life. They have 90 days to have this person come, and from that moment of being in America, they have to get married, okay? And a couple of things usually happen. Usually the American is like not cute. Not every one of these couples is true, but like mostly the American's not as cute as the foreigner. And the foreign person gets like sold like on the American dream, and then like that foreigner like thinks that it's all gonna be palm trees and movie stars, but they end up like moving to like BF Kansas. They can't get a job, they can't really speak the language, and it's just like hell for them. It's like, it really is such a sad show that I love watching. There is so much drama involved. Okay, so in this current season, we've seen all these couples before. There's Paula and Russ, and Paula is like an Instagram model from like Colombia or something like that, and Russ is like an overly Christian white person, white man, and he's like very conservative, and she like loves taking booty modeling shots, you know, which is, she should, she's absolutely gorgeous. She keeps changing her hair, and in this season she kind of looks like sad Ariel all the time. So last season it was all about like, he doesn't want her to take sexy pics, but she's gonna. And she wants to move to Miami, you know, but like he doesn't want to, but they did. And like she has like her best gay friend that hates him, and he's still gonna be around. They just came back from like Colombia because like her grandmother was dying, and she like for some reason hasn't called her family in like a long time, which is like there's really no reason for that. Like in these day and age, like, you literally FaceTime anyone anytime, like you could be on that or whatever, and they like low-key like think it's Russ's fault, but it's absolutely her fault. And this now like infamous feud, the feud between like her best friend and Russ or whatever. Okay, so it's like that's boring. But I will say this, like Paula has an amazing body that she works really hard for, and I'm like, she's like inspo. You can follow her on Instagram, and she's like always posting workout videos. Okay, so Anfisa and George. Anfisa and George are like trying to work it out, but it's very hard because, you know, because Anfisa wants all the finer things in life, and George lied to her about having all the money. He has none of the money. George is like Rob Kardashian in that whatever he's on, pills or weed or a combination of both, like makes him like disconnected from conversations. And he's also like gained so much weight just like Rob did. He has that like slow kind of talk, and he is like Eeyore. You know what I'm saying? Like he has the energy of a less exciting Eeyore. And Fisa, I have no idea why you are sticking with this. It's like, if this is why, if this is like the Courtney Stodden thing where you think that you have to be with someone for a certain amount of time and then you can like be off on your own, maybe that's it. Like follow that girl's like journey, I guess. But honey and Fisa and George are going to like therapy, and he's lying to her left and right, you know what I'm saying? And somehow we were just glossing over the fact that Anfisa like physically abused him sometimes, and he is just like glossing over the fact that he's made his whole family and all his friends hate her, and somehow like wants to go back. And then we like didn't know this, but find out that like George has a kid, George's daughter's mother, baby mother, has like repeatedly tried to get Anfisa, and so Anfisa's like trying to get George to like talk to her, but at the same time, like in conversation, realizes that if George is named a parent, he's going to have to pay retroactive child support, and like that's not something Anfisa wants him to do, you know. I get it. It's like, so if you've never seen this show, Anfisa is like a hot girl from like Russia that was like probably a webcam model, and that's how they met. And she's just like, you know, she's just like one of those like escort girls, you know, like she got them all. Everything is fake, but like she's proud of it, you know what I'm saying? And she wants to wear Louis Vuittons, and she wants to wear like, you know, Fashion Nova shit, you know, and that's what she wants to do. And like George is like not the man for her in that life. But he did get her on a television show, honey, so maybe he is. Okay, other couples, Nicole and Azan. So Nicole didn't get the visa to have Azan come and do the 90-day thing in America. And it's like, maybe not, maybe like weirded out, like, is it because Azan has a criminal record? Honey, we don't know. But though she has to go to Morocco and live there for a year to get married there, and then that's how they are going to apply, because then he's married to an American citizen, honey. She takes May, they go to like Morocco. She has to bring like original copies of paperwork to get married in Morocco, and she brings all the original copies of everything she needs except for like her arrest record or criminal record, and they're like, yeah, we can't accept this. Which is like shady in itself. Like, why don't you just get what you needed? And why can't you just like get it faxed to you? Like, or why can't one of your many relatives that are coming over to watch this like sham marriage bring it? You know, Robalee, which is Nicole's mom, who's like very distrustful of the whole situation, comes to Morocco, meets Azan's mom, who like couldn't be nicer, is like, gives her like 500 hugs and kisses like a true Arab woman does, and like lays out some like maza, which is like Arabic for like appetizers. I'm not quite sure what it is. It looks like dried figs. And then like Robalee is just like, thanks for the snacks. They're so white. And May's the cutest thing in the whole world. Everyone feels bad for May. And May, I think, deserves her own like spin-off show a la Honey Boo Boo. Who else is on this like godforsaken show? Okay, Molly and Louise. So Molly is like a curvy lady who like specializes in curvy lady bras and fashion and shit like that, and then met Luis in the DR. Luis has now come to America, and Luis like is used to like a tropical island life, honey, and he is not getting that wherever the fuck they are. It's like, again, middle America. Not there's anything wrong with middle America. I'm just saying if you are a foreigner from literally paradise, it might be a little hard for that transition. And honey, he's just like laying on her couch all the time, and like Molly's like, will you please like look after my kids? And he's like, no. I mean, he lays around on her couch like he's dead tired. Like it looks like he has mono or something. He's just like always tired. And then so they've like broken up and gone back together, and her kids like hate her for it or whatever. Like one is Olivia, the older one, like literally left and is like, I'm not living with you. Like you made terrible choices. And it's true. And now Molly like finally has kicked him out or whatever. We're going to see if she like put her family back together. And also going to see if like Luis is going to leave the country or just going to stay a la Mohammed and Danielle. You know, because like Mohammed didn't leave and like Danielle wanted him to leave so bad. And now Molly wants Luis to leave because Molly didn't do like any research and found out that like she's on the hook financially for him for like the 10 years right after they get married. Like if he does anything in America, like needs healthcare or anything. Another reason why you should have done like some research, girl, because you have 2 kids, not just you. And I get it, like, these DR guys, like, I think what happens is these, like, women go to the DR and then, like, they have, like, good sex for like, the first time in their lives, and then they bring them back. That's kind of thing what happened to Pedro and Chantel. So Pedro and Chantel are another couple, and Chantel's whole thing is her family like thought that Chantel was going to marry like a doctor or something like that because Chantel's really pretty and they gave her fake boobs. And I think that Chantel's on massive amounts of like anti-anxiety drugs because she like literally like doesn't connect to the real world, kind of like Rob Kardashian, kind of like George, but like she like every reaction she has is like, I mean, it's like just hard for her to read everything and process it. And then for her to make an emotion, a true emotion back. Maybe she's like on the spectrum, I'm not quite sure. But honey, this is like the best one. So her family hates Pedro. Pedro's family hates her family. He calls them Family Chantel. Last season was like their wedding in the DR, honey, and like Chantel's family came to the DR and were like incredibly rude to Pedro's family, who are obviously a little poor or whatever in them. And then like his like grandmother made him a meal and they wouldn't get out of the car because like they thought, I don't know, they thought like bad things, ill things of them. At one point, Pedro's mom like tried to serve them chicken feet and they thought that was like voodoo, which I'm not saying it was like the best choice. I think it was a little weird choice. And it really came back to shoot him in the face because now these warring families a la Mercutio and Capulets hate that their kids are together. Hate it. Like Chantel's family is like, we're going to hire an investigator. He and his mom, if that's even his real mom, if that's even his real sister, have been trying to harvest the American dollar, which I don't even know what the fuck that means, by getting people to marry Americans and then come to America and then make money and send it back to the DR. Like that's what they think is happening. Chantel and Pedro, I like don't even know how they're gonna survive because of how much shit goes down. But then Pedro's sister comes out to visit and she hates Chantel. Chantel hates her, but they try to make nice for like literally 2 hours, and that's all it lasts. And then Chantel's family like invites them over to have dinner and like serves them on paper plates and plastic forks and wishbone salad dressings aplenty. That's what they serve them. And it's a little bit like, this is for the chicken feet. Also, we don't care about you. Also, we don't even care about our own name. We're on television right now serving dinner to people on plastic plates. We obviously like don't make the best choices in life. But our golden child is with someone we don't want her to be with. Pedro gets in a fight with Chantel's brother and it's like fisticuffs. Like everyone gets in. It's like people are punching, like producers are coming in. I don't even know like where people are. I had to keep rewatching the fight to see people's paths. One weave gets pulled out. It's bad. It's real bad. It's great. That's only last episode of 90 Day Fiancé. I just kind of like literally try to give you all of it. So just keep watching. It's really, really great. By the way, this is like 4 or 5 like couples in this cast. There are so many other couples because they've done so many other ones like 90 Day. There's going to be a 90 Day What Now? The couples have completely split. I mean, I just can't wait. I mean, it's if you get into this program, like it will offer you years of happiness in return. It's a very good investment on your time. Okay, so the other big show that's happening right now is Big Brother. You know Big Brother on CBS. It's a juggernaut where a bunch of like people get put in a house for like 90 days and they're recorded, honey. 90 days, 24 hours recorded. They have to play social game and then challenges and they vote each other off. So right now, there's like too many like names that sound familiar. There's like a Haley and there's a Bailey and there's like an Angela and there's a Rachel or something and there's a Sam. This like hippie woman who's like claims to be like a meditation instructor and like healer. And here's the thing, I live in LA, I go to meditation or whatever. I'm like Misty Woo Woo up the ass or whatever, but this girl like gives us all a bad name because I feel like she is just like literally bananas and my friend says she looked like Nicole Richie. I'm like, oh, Nicole Richie is like worst day possible. She has control of the house right now and she is just literally lying to everyone. And she's super upset because this like hot, tall Arab guy named Faisal is obsessed with this like white girl named Haley, like is from the country. And like, I understand that life because that's what happens to Arabs. I know this, I'm Arab. Arab men, because what's exotic to them is blondes. They like get obsessed with like the most broke down blonde girl they can possibly find. And that's like it for them. Like find them a blonde girl and like bonus points if she looks like she doesn't know a lot in life. And then like that's who that person's gonna be obsessed with. So Caitlin is the one in charge. So Caitlin is the Misty Woo Woo meditation teacher. She's jealous that Faisal is with Haley and like doesn't understand how Arab men work. The couple of the season so far is Swaggy C and Bailey. And I like Bailey a lot. And I feel like I don't like Swaggy C as much. His social game like does not make any sense. He's like way too cocky. Gotta be a little humble and like sometimes like not super intimidating. So people just don't put you on their radar. You know, like you gotta be like sometimes like not the target or whatever. And he's doing a horrible job of doing that. And so of course Caitlin wants Swaggy gone. She has to backdoor him because he's like a very good competitor. That's the whole other thing about Big Brother is they have to backdoor each other and like blindside each other. And also people like fall in lust and love, you know, and like people's feelings get in the mix. because you're like living with that person. Here's the thing. I really like Sam. She was, the first week she got like a bad punishment where she had to be a robot. And so she couldn't like have like face-to-face interpersonal communication and connections with people. And she got put on the block, but she got saved. She also got a great power because America loves her. She's like Southern, and she's like a very cool voice. Like it's like a Southern accent, but it's like not overpowering or annoying in any way. It's just like she should do voiceover work after this, honey. Mark my words, that's what you should do. Tyler has control of the house. Like Tyler, who like low-key came in, is like, I'm just like a lifeguard. People are gonna think I'm dumb with this like curly ass blonde mop in my head. And that's exactly what happened. People think he's dumb. And we'll just tell him things. He has like bright blue eyes, like a little puppy, and then they'll just like tell him things, and he's subtly like controlling the house. I mean, Tyler, get it. You know, like Tyler, I'll tell you what you can't do. You can't like fall in love this season. If I were Rachel, who's like this like Vegas like bombshell who like literally came in the house being like, what guy am I going to flirt with? I'd be trying to get up on Tyler. So we'll see what's gonna happen. There's two other hot guys, Winston and Brett. Both of them are hot. So, and there's this girl named Angela who's like competitive. She's like, fancies herself an athlete. They might have showmances. We'll see what happens with Bailey and Swaggy. You know, like, it'd be smart to like put the target on someone else's back and then lay low. Like that's what I would do. But Swaggy, like, you need to be told what's what. Bailey was smart enough to be like, Swaggy, just so you know, that's a dumb name that you gave yourself that has like no meaning at all. And look, the fact that he made a t-shirt of it, like, oh, but then still she's like likes him. Bailey has to like take control of the situation and be like, this is what we have to do. We're now connected and we gotta lay low, put the target on someone else, and play these competitions like beasts and get control of the house because they're in a losing alliance. That's the other thing alliances. Big Brother is like life. It's like who you know, as well as like being nice to everyone, as well as like being like the healthiest in your peak physical condition you can. Just like life. Except sometimes you have to eat slop. That's not life. Something else happening on TV, which is actually Netflix. If you haven't seen the special Nanette, it's amazing. It's a stand-up special unlike other stand-up specials because it has to do with life. And it's kind of like a TED Talk, like a motivational talk, and an art history talk mixed with a stand-up special. So Hannah Gadsby is a lesbian comic from like Australia. But in this special, she speaks to gender and sexuality as well as the perspective of history that we've all been taught, which is a white, straight male perspective on history and art, and speaks to the misrepresentation of others throughout the thousands of years that we've been a civilization. Yet it's funny. I'm like, I can't like make jokes about it. It's really great. Like, first of all, she's brilliant. So all her jokes are like 100% better than anything you've ever seen on my YouTube channel, but also anything I could ever give you in this video. It's one of those things where I feel like get your friends, order Postmates, drink a little bit and watch this, and you'll just like grab each other's arms and legs and like, and then also like maybe cry together. Get your girlfriends. Or like your straight male friends that don't have like toxic masculinity. Anyway, I'm so excited to watch more shows and relate back to you. Other things that are happening in pop culture life: Justin Bieber's engaged, Kylie Jenner took out her lip fillers, the whole world's falling apart. Big things happening, you know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel below and follow me on social media. My name is @ChrisL.Fair. The L is for luxury. Thank you again. Bye.